What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another Netflix movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the newest Netflix movie out this week, that is The Devil All the Time. Based on the novel by Donald Ray Pollock. In the cast you got Tom Holland, Bill Skarsgård, Robert Pattinson, Riley Keough, Mia Wasikowska, Sebastian Stan, Eliza Scanlon, and Jason Clarke. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Sinister characters converge around a young man who is devoted to protecting those he loves in a post-war backwoods town teeming with corruption and brutality. So I was very excited to watch The Devil All the Time based off the hype alone and the cast of this film. I love Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, Sebastian Stan, Jason Clarke. I was also very excited because Jake Gyllenhaal was one of the producers of this movie when I looked it up. Jake Gyllenhaal, this is his second produced film that he's done this year. He also did Relic as well, so Jake Gyllenhaal is killing it in the producer game, and then I saw the trailer for the film. I thought it looked very interesting indeed. The Devil All the Time is filled with intriguing ideas, very great performances all around, and a concept that just gets inside of your head and kind of puts you on the edge of your seat at the same time. The setting to which these characters are surrounded in really makes the film what it's supposed to be. The location, taking place in the countryside. You got a church location as well as farms. I really like these types of settings in these types of films. Psychological thrillers are some of my favorite genre of film, and the way this film really dived into a lot of the corruption, the murder aspects, as well as family loss and tragedy, really made this an interesting piece. And I thought the performances in here from everyone were great. I've always wanted to see Tom Holland step out of his comfort zone and do something dramatic, as we're going to see with this film, as well as his upcoming film with the Russo brothers, Cherry. I thought this was Tom Holland's best work I've seen so far from him. He's grown up his whole entire life with his father, Bill Skarsgård. He's not a perfect person as well. He does a lot of bad things, and he's had to witness some of that growing up. And his character transitions that same characteristics that his father had. And Holland gives such a fantastic performance in here. I thought his serious moments, I really bought it. I didn't see the Peter Parker aspect type of Tom Holland acting we see in the MCU. I saw Tom Holland transform into this character that he was playing. Another character that stood out to me in here was Robert Pattinson. He was a character I was looking forward to seeing in here, of course, because of his hilarious moment in the trailer saying delusions in a very funny way. And he does say it in here, and it's probably my favorite scene in the film, if I'm being honest. But Robert Pattinson's character went in a direction I wasn't expecting. He really goes over the top with the southern accent in this film, and it kind of reminded me of The Lighthouse in some aspects, the way he was going over the top and shouting really loud with his character in here. I thought Sebastian Stan, great as always as this cop character. Jason Clarke, too, does what he does. Bill Skarsgård, for the short amount of screen time he had, was fantastic. I would say the pacing flows really nicely as well for a 2-hour and 18 long film. I was kind of worried going into it with that, as I feel like some of these Netflix movies kind of overextend their welcome with some over 2-hour plus long runtime films, but I thought the pacing in here was really well for this film. By the third act of this movie, it's so engaging because I was really interested in seeing what Tom Holland's character was going to do next. I wanted to see what Robert Pattinson's character was going to do next. And the family aspect is what drew me into the film. As far as issues with this movie, there is a lot of murder, crime scene investigation storylines that are in this film that didn't really pay off as much as the family drama that was going on. Like, there are certain people that are thrown in here, and it focuses on their storyline and it's not as interesting as I wanted it to be. There is a lot of predictable elements that I could have saw happen, especially when there's a lot of dramatic moments that are happening in the film. You could pretty much predict, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is how the film will end. Robert Pattinson's character kind of reminded me of Paul Dano's character a little bit, Eli, and There Will Be Blood. Well, it could just be me, but I felt like there are some very There Will Be Blood vibes in here that it felt too boring and kind of pretentious with the story direction it was going in here. Before we give you guys my final overall thoughts on The Devil All the Time, if this is your first time checking out my channel and you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this movie and you want to see more content like this, hit that like button and consider clicking that subscribe button, because I do new movie reviews pretty much every single week for new releases as well as classic reviews, ranking videos, Blu-ray hauls at the end of the month. And if you're interested in hearing me talk about movies but you wanted in a more in-depth analysis, I do a podcast called the Fallen for Film podcast with my buddy and co-host Colin Williams. Every single week we have guests on from time to time. We talk about movie news, we play games, do top 5 lists, and talk tons of movie content in an in-depth scale. Podcast platform links are in the description. The Devil All the Time has a fantastic cast all around, and I was really intrigued with a lot of aspects to this film. Performances were great. The setting and the suspense was there for me. It's got a lot of gritty elements to it, and it's got great psychological aspects to it. Can be pretentious at times in some storylines. Don't go in the direction I wanted personally, but this film was solid, and definitely check it out for yourself. On my rating scale, The Devil All the Time gets a B. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on The Devil All the Time on Netflix. Have you guys checked this movie out? Are you excited to check this movie out? If you have seen it, what were your thoughts on it down below? Or are you not interested at all? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you guys as always for watching this new movie review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!